Hey internet, it's Liz again, back with another video for y'all. This week it's something a bit different. I'm doing a reference sheet of some outfits for one of my characters. Because my buddy Shrivet, she usually makes one of these for all her characters, and I never do. And it looks really nice and also kind of fun just making outfits and clothes for people, but I just never get around to it. So I decided to do it this time. And yeah, if you don't know Shrivet, I'll leave a link to her in the description below. She's an amazing illustrator, animator. She took 3 of the parts in my Cartoon Heroes map, and they were all beautiful. She runs a comic called Jaden Unshaken about superheroes. She also posts loads of comics about her D&D campaign, with the cutest D&D based relationship ever, Halen and Sozel. And she does loads of animation memes and all that good stuff, so shout out for my friend. But you've probably come here from her channel, to be honest. But yeah, so I wanted to be like her and be organised and make a outfit reference sheet, so I decided to do that for Keoki from ARC-01, my comic. Please read it. There's an 8-page pilot of it out at the moment, and I am currently writing some more and working on development, because I know where the story's going, but I don't know the ending yet, so I don't feel comfortable putting it out there. And also you can't pitch it to someone if you don't know the ending yet, so I'm frantically writing, trying to see what this stupid boy will do next. Yeah, so I thought I'd talk about this stupid boy because I haven't really talked about him much on this channel. His name's Keoki. He's about 30s, late 30s, and he comes from the future. This comic is set about 2030, maybe 2040. So yeah, he that's why I drew him in skinny jeans and very 2010s fashion, really, for his nice outfit, because let's be real, I will wear skinny jeans until I die. I'll be like a grandma in the nursing home in skinny jeans, and I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. It'll be really funny in the future when it's oh, the grandma clothes. Oh, grandma, you're wearing a Hot Topic t-shirt again. Oh, grandma, you're wearing a crop top again. Oh, grandma. I can't wait for that future. Everyone make a pact with me. We're all gonna wear 2010s fashion in the nursing home. So yeah, that tangent aside, Keoki is a marine biologist and a bit of an engineer slash fixer of things slash dependable person who makes things work. He works on this coral reef project called ARC-01, the title of the comic. And it's basically a project that has lifted a chunk of reef to the suitable depth and has it floating there as sea levels rise. So because that's a big concern for coral reefs, they're not very good at living, are they? If they get too deep, they're not happy. So yeah, that's the main premise of the story, and that's the kind of person this guy is, the kind of person who thinks yeah, you know what, let's just float this thing. He's a bit out of the box thinker. Yeah. He is a grown-up, but at the same time he's not a grown-up. He doesn't really have much time for a relationship. He has lots of friends. He's very outgoing, but doesn't really have much luck with romance. He loves childish things like his stupid slippers that you just saw me drawing, and like video games and cartoons, and I guess that's kind of escapism as well, because day-to-day job is quite stressful. Yeah, he likes coffee, he likes board games as well as video games, and he's quite competitive. He's a very stubborn person as well. But he tries not to let it get the better of him. But especially in things that like don't really matter, like video games or board games, he's one of those person who's just like, nope, you're going down. Like a couple of my friends. He has a bit of a temper, and that partly is fueled by anxiety, because obviously like the story's quite serious, and it's about like climate change and the future, and his coral reef project had the funding withdrawn because of a refugee crisis, and they needed the money because there's all this human suffering going on, but at the same time it's like, well, does the money have to come from our coral reef? Like, dear God, this is possibly the last one. That's basically the main conflict of the story. So, like, I guess he's quite a reflection of me in that way, because, like, you know, when it's like, you feel hopeless and angry and you have nowhere to to have an outlet for it, really, because all the forces you're up against are so much bigger than you. Yeah, like ARC-01, when I was first developing it, it was quite a relaxing story. It was about, like, I basically had this idea for a floating coral reef, and it was like, what kind of person would make that? And so it was like, oh yeah, Keoki, this kind of like quite easygoing guy, who at the same time like has some quite stupid ideas, like sailing a big chunk of coral reef around, and it was going to be about kind of like the world and him meeting people and getting into misadventures and kind of slowly expanding the ARC project, because it was like the coral reef was supposed to be the first of many like micro conservation efforts, but that didn't happen. But that's why it's called ARC-01, because it was supposed to get into double digits. And yeah, it was going to be quite a nice comic, like a relaxing post-apocalypse. But then when I was developing it for Magajiman this year, it ended up with the conflict of that mini story being the emergency of the ARC being sold, and what on earth are we going to do about it? Help. We can't. It's being sold to a corporation with a terrible record on things like caring for the environment and looking after their acquisitions and facilities and stuff. So that ended up being the main storyline for that. And yeah, things ended up getting less like, oh, happy-go-lucky, like, oh, this week it's gonna be like a postman who also takes flowers from place to place and like island to sunken village rooftops so they can pollinate things and protect the gene pool and stuff like that. And like, oh, how about like a toy maker who makes loads of toys out of like the plastic gunk and stuff on the ocean. So yeah, quite a lot of that has gone from the story, unfortunately, just because of the way it developed. But there's still going to be like obviously a hopeful conclusion, because like, if not a outright happy conclusion, there has to be a hopeful conclusion, because like with Heartstrings, like, you've gone through all this, like, and like Hiromu Arakawa says, like, the point of fiction is to bring salvation to characters that wouldn't make it in real life. Like that is my philosophy with endings, especially. Like, it needs to be a happy ending. Even if the tone of the story means it can't be too picture perfect happy. But yeah, we're still gonna have lots of like fun moments with this guy. Him and the other lab crew especially, like, there's a lot of love and fun moments between them, because they're all friends. And like the way that the facility works, basically, like, Kyoki is technically the boss, but he's not, like, he's in charge of the project as a whole. He's not the expert on everything. So it's a really nice work environment. Everyone respects each other. The only problem being the money keeps running out. So yeah, like, there's lots of, like, don't worry, I'm not trying to make you read a comic that's going to be all doom and gloom, because I don't want to read that either. I don't want to write that. My mental health couldn't take it. So yeah, I feel like I haven't said that much about him, but like, there isn't that much more to say. He's got lots of anxiety and lots of impotent rage. Basically, like, he spent his whole life trying to, like, this project especially, but also working on similar projects, trying to, like, stop all this damage and destruction happening in the world. But as one person, it's really, really friggin' difficult. So yeah, he's very anxious and quite prone to, like, outbursts of impotent rage, just like yours truly. And yeah, that's coming to an end now. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble on about my OCs. Please tell me about your OCs in the comments. What's your favorite OC at the moment? And yeah, have a lovely day. Bye.